everybody, I'm Jerry from Economy Candy. We've been around since 1937. Second generation. My father, Morris Cohen, started the business. Grew up in the store since birth. Carriage was always in the back of the store. Always with my mother and father and my two sisters. Everything's my favorite. We don't stock any of that I don't like. Dried fruits, nuts, homemade chocolates, sugar-free chocolates, Necco wafers, good and plenty, jujube, juju fruits. I mean, the whole store is, as people say, ancient. Yeah, we're an old school candy company. We get candy from all over the world. We have customers from all over the world, and we try to cater to everybody. We're on the Lower East Side. You know, we have down-to-earth customers. You know, people are friendly. People talk to you. They kibitz with you. It's a nicer crowd. You know, we have a small space, but we do pack in a lot. Quality, variety, freshness, and me.
When the service is over, they will come in and have their noon meal. We serve 3 meals a day, 365 days of the year. That door is never closed. The Bowery mission has been open for 133 years, and I, at this particular point, don't see the doors closing. And here, come on into this fabulous kitchen. We serve from 600 to 700 people every day, either here or our outreaches to different parts of New York City. Beautiful stuff, isn't it? This is where all of the kitchen staff works. The guy cleans the dishes. He's also part of our program, but he has a job to do, and he does it with vigor. I never heard this man complain about nothing.
You haven't been around me enough.
You have to give back. They're serving. They're going to serve the homeless in a few minutes. It's not always the easiest job, but obviously they have found compassion and they want to work with them and see that they're provided for.
My great-grandfather, Aaron Streit, founded the company. My grandfather and his brother continued to run it. They started in this location in 1925, and then they ultimately expanded to where they bought all 4 buildings, and that's where we are today. In the 40s and 50s, and even into the 60s, people would line up around the block to buy fresh, hot matzah. On a Sunday before Passover, there'd be police out here for crowd control. We still maintain a retail store next to the matzah oven. There's a bit of history and tradition. This is where it all begins, in the mixing room. For Passover, we use the large Hobart mixers in individual bowls, so we can time the bake to take less than 15 minutes. Flour arrives by truck. It's blown up to the 5th floor, travels down to the 2nd floor mixing room, travels down to the 1st floor oven, back to the 2nd floor. And when we're doing matzah meal, it would go back up to the 6th floor and then work its way down again. So it's a rather inefficient process, but it's the best we can do when we have more space that goes up and down than goes side to side.
Elevator to the 1st floor. Bring the small elevator to the 1st floor now, please. Please bring the small elevator to the 1st floor now.
It's the price we pay for, you know, staying on the Lower East Side and continuing to do business the way my great-grandfather did.
You hear a lot of people say, I moved into the area because of the ear in, because that's where I knew first. We didn't change anything per se, we just, of the B becomes an E, ear. It also went with the ear magazine that was been published upstairs, but that's another story. I've often heard people say, you know, I'll meet you there. They said, no, we don't want to go there because we never leave. And the customers find something new and yet experience the old. And these are some of the artifacts from down the basement.
You get more of a feel of the 1700s up here.
These are some of the artifacts here that are oysters. New York City, Manhattan was known for oysters. And so much history can be made from little pieces like this. So come on up. sailors came from all over the world. There was a bar downstairs, and the rest of the place was used, you know, with ladies of the night. That's what it was. It's definitely the waterfront. Hopefully we can find more stuff about it. It's fun. The place never ends. You don't have to drink here, you just have to walk here and you think you've drunk.
Well, after 9/11, I interviewed all my neighbors about what happened on that day, but also what the neighborhood was like before 9/11. I mean, I realized we all had this story to tell.
I'm very proud to be here in front of 109 Washington Street, down in the neighborhood just a couple blocks south of the World Trade Center. The building behind me is a tenement, one of the many ubiquitous tenements of New York. My family lived here when they came from Europe in 1912. They came from Moravia in Austria-Hungary. In 1913, there were 27 nationalities counted living in just these dozens of blocks. Ukrainians and Lithuanians and Poles and a lot of Slovaks down here. There were Greeks, Armenians, Turks, Syrians, and Lebanese. It was a Middle Eastern area. It's the first Arabic settlement in the United States. So you had all these diverse people living in a small neighborhood, going to school together, shopping together, learning from each other. Nowhere else in the city, in 3 separate buildings, can you represent what the neighborhood was, an immigrant neighborhood. You can see Trinity Church Tower on Wall Street just a couple of blocks away and relate to how close this immigrant neighborhood was to the financial capital of the world. It's amazing that this old building is still here. It's a symbol, and it's a symbol for me in particular. That place matters.